Some phrases that I remember from the seminar, from the satsanga is, I feel like you look. Your smile emits purity. Don't deprive the world from this smile. You have the right to remain smiling. Enough with the fluff. I'm going to conclude now. Is Sophia the absolute truth? In my opinion, who am I to say? But is she one of the truest things I know so far? Yeah. Another thing I experienced at the satsanga was silence. The best thing. You could hear no phones, no bloop, nothing. I would go home and I would get a message and I'd be like, ugh, what do you want? And I'm gonna say something now about like what I saw in this group. What I noticed was that there is devoured attention and no judgment to anyone who's speaking. Everyone is taking their time. Like if someone wants to talk, they can talk for 15 minutes, and nobody is going to feel like, just shut up, man. Just stop it. You're bullshitting around. I feel that sometimes when I hear like very words that I feel he doesn't know what he's saying. But I could see that people don't care about time. You take your time. Wow. People are looking you extensively in the eyes for a long time. And that's also something you're not used to, my friend. People are also hugging you for longer times. And it feels so weird, but it's so nice. It feels so nice as well. People are welcoming you and what you have to say. And thank you always for sharing. They say that they love you and have a very beautiful attitude towards you, even if sometimes it feels a bit pushed from the culture around. Sometimes you could feel some talks that they are like a bit wordy. They have many words incorporated into them. That doesn't feel so natural, you know. That makes you drift off a bit, at least me. During Sophia's talks, she would low-key throw around those me, you, I, we stuff that which give a better approach to the duality language that we use. Sophia uses different wording sometimes, or she uses the language as a tool to promote the belief, the thought. You know, she changes language towards a situation where she would feel that what she thinks is expressed better, not following the English rules and doing it by the rules of English. For example, I am, you am, me, we am, they am. That all these persons and these characters and these different persons are you. In the beginning, what I noticed on the satsanga was very much niceness. You know, very nice, sweet words, and I felt there was too much kindness. I don't know how to say. It was a bit pushed kindness. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Too much. This is how I felt. It feels so nice and including all this thank you, but it also feels a bit extra at sometimes. What I also felt was that the masculine energy, the more aggressive or the more strong part, was a bit suppressed and not expressed as much. I felt like the whole thing is a bit more harmonized with girls, with the female element. Like as a man, I didn't feel much. I don't know, something more intense in the physical. I don't know how to say it. This is how I felt. Like I didn't see any guy having a strong stance, even for stupid things. But most were submissive beta males keeping a smile. I felt that, yes. Much fewer guys would share their opinion or feelings. I guess that's not really true, but I would say less, maybe not much less, but less guys. And I think it's like also cultural, like we're not used to be sharing these things as guys. Often there is teaching just for the sake of teaching. Like too many words used and beating the cause. Like in a Pictionary game where, for example, you want to draw something to explain something to the other person and then you would add some more details and these details fuck you up. Don't do it. Just speak as simply as possible. I rarely hear anyone expressing any doubts or concerns about the teaching. I did not like the phrase said, things are getting worse and will continue worsening. Meanwhile, their group our group, and the following is growing, and more people are having awakening experience. You know this phrasing, things are getting worse, winter is coming, blah, blah, blah. No, dude. 10 years ago, look at where we were and look at where we are now. In the aspect of consciousness, things are not getting worse. Or explain it better. I have sensed that when someone expresses doubts, it is not addressed directly, but kind of going around covering the topic with beautiful fancy words such as divine love, true self, soul, family, and stuff. Plenty of weird words used with no real and common understanding, such as soul, divine wisdom, incarnations, things. I know nothing about them. The teaching is a bit more human centric. We are talking a bit in a more human sense and not more in a global sense. I mean, it has to appeal to the culture, so it can also draw you in, but just saying. The satsanga happens in a very traditional way where you have to want to step forward and take the risk of boring everyone, judgment in your mind, balls to disagree or question the master. All I'm saying is here that the structure is such that it feels kind of weird or you're off if you are going to criticize the teacher. I think the teacher should make it easier for you to doubt him. That's all I'm saying. Some things I also felt in this group is that I feel like I can be weird since the place is full of weird people. For example, I can stay with my eye closed more than it's acceptable in the outside society. I can be more weird. I can be more myself. At no point I would see another girl like wanting her physically. That's also something that surprised me. I saw many girls that I thought they were very beautiful and I would like to be close to them and hugging them, but I never felt them as erotically. Yeah, that was something beautiful. Sometimes I caught myself trying to trash these people. For example, the first day I saw them drinking some cans, like the singers, they had some cans of soda. And I was like, is that beer? In my mind. Because if it's beer, these people are drinking alcohol and the alcohol is. Oh, but why should. Like another voice now. Like, why shouldn't they drink alcohol, man? Like, if you're free, you can do whatever you want. You smoke weed. I would try to find reasons to trash them. Oh, yeah, I knew they were flawed. Here it is. But maybe that's what you're looking for. You're looking for things to. You can. They also fucked up like me at some point. But they were not, and I could see that in myself. Sometimes preaching would feel boring and preachy. It is dramatic and it feels kind of weird and wrong to me because even though eventually it catches you and you can tune in, it totally bores me and I think it has more fluff than it should, which makes it harder for the important part to be clear, like adding too much information on a Pictionary game. I was looking for a wrong or an arguable information in the teachings. For example, you should accept food that is given you as a guest. Don't dirty the walls, kid. You should learn discipline. Go to your room. The water is activated now and it's blessed. This satsanga is better than 10 ayahuasca sessions. Or there are beings and entities that are being fed on the fear and negative energy. These claims, I realized that I would pinpoint these so I can exclude, like, so I can make it easy, like, they're wrong. What they're saying is bullshit. How can they say these things that they don't really know about, but they can talk about it? But it's also freeing at the same time, that, I don't have to praise this person. These persons are also doing things that other people are doing. And I agree, I realize that if we agree on the most part, as long as we're benefiting each other, then it's fine. We come all from the same material of the earth. We are all creations of this stuff. It doesn't matter if we argue about small things or about things that are semantics. It's stupid.